Hello guys, welcome back to our class. So in this class, we are going to be talking about logo design. We are going to be going deep into explaining what logo design is all about and then how you can make a good logo design. Let's not forget that what we have been doing here so far is just the theory aspect, laying a foundation of what we are going to be doing when we start doing the practical aspect. So let's pay attention, let's focus, let's pay very good attention. Okay, so what exactly is a logo design and why are they needed? Why exactly what is a logo design and why do we need logo design? So logo design is a way of recognizing a company. A logo does not sell, it identifies. So whatever you are selling, you are making logo design. When I see people come to me that they need a logo design, they need a brand identity design and the rest of that, the truth is your logo does not make you to sell more or anything. It's just what differentiates who you are. Do you understand? In a larger, in a large market, this thing, it differentiates you, it makes you and different from the crowd. Do you understand? So logo are the face of a company. Often the first thing a customer will see is actually the first thing a customer will see. Do you understand? Whenever you are going to a particular market to buy something or a particular company to order for something or a particular brand, just for example, we have different brands that produce phones. We have iPhone, we have Samsung, we have Tecno and the rest of that other phones. But whenever you are going to go and get the phone, what you are going to look for is the brand identity. For example, if you want to buy an Apple, like Apple laptop or Apple phone, iPhone, you won't just be looking at the phone with the Apple representing at the back. You can actually tell that this is actually what you want. So brand identity is very, very important. Logos capture the essence of a brand. A logo is not a brand. No, it's not a brand. It's just part of what makes a company's branding. So what makes a great logo? What actually makes a great logo? So I hope we have a good understanding of what a logo design is all about. Logo design simply is what represents a brand, what represents a company, what makes people understand or identify what the company does. Do you understand? It's what differentiates your company to another company, because whatever you are doing, probably someone else is doing it, but what will differentiate you from what other people is doing is your logo design. Okay, so what makes a great logo design? Principles of good logo design. Life is all about principles. There's even principles of a good logo design. So number one is appropriateness. Design for the sector, design for the company. So when you're making your research to do a logo design, you are not designing um for you to just design. So that processes you take, you follow suit before you start designing a great logo. Okay, so one of them is the company. Every company has what identify them, the brand that identify the colors and the rest of that. So you have to identify with the company, with the sector you are designing for. Also consider this design style, the typography and the color choice. I taught you guys about style. I taught you guys about typography in the I did some basics of graphic design. I taught you guys about the color. So I told you guys that every color has emotions. Every color communicates. Every color has a psychology towards it. So there's no color is just a color. Color speaks. Do you understand? Just like the way typography speaks. So you don't just use anyhow typography to make your designs. Don't forget all these things. That's why I say we should pay attention to the basics of this thing. But the basics will make more sense better if we understand the basics. Whenever you are making your designs, what you know about the basics will start coming up and you start designing with that knowledge and that understanding. And the second one is simplicity. Very important. Designing black and white first. So whenever you're making your design, please make sure you design black and white first before you send to your client. Don't make the full color and everything and send, make it black and white first. So when you send your client, if your client likes the icon you want to use or the method you want to use for your design, then you can now go ahead to make the final designing. So number three is versatility. Refined designers that can still be identified at smaller sizes and without need for the full lockup in every appropriate appreciation. Memorability, a result of a well-refined logo. Sketch a logo in 10 seconds from memory to see how well you can remember it. Logo should be easy to identify. Don't forget this is a logo should be easy to identify. Very, very important. People should be able to see your logo today and tomorrow and next tomorrow and next day tomorrow. Let them remember your brand. Let them remember about your business. So a logo um should come people should remember people should be able to remember your logo easily without stress. Okay, logo should be easy to identify. Remember that the most of the audience won't appreciate the technical process of a logo, and that's it too. They don't know what you did with your laptop. They don't appreciate it. So it's what they are seeing. Legibility. The name of the company should be clear, very, very clear. The name of the company should be clear. The font you are using to make the logo should be clear. Let people be able to see it and understand this is the name of the company. Do you understand? Just like Amazon, just like Facebook and the rest. The typography and every other thing they use was just clear. So let's also have such mindset. Okay. Okay, so what's it? The next thing is sacrifice legibility for imagery is never a good idea. So many people are making designs out there and they are using all these clip arts to make their designs. All those things are not design. By the time you start making your logo design, you will start from scratch. You will start from very, very scratch and start sketching. You start from very, very scratch and start sketching. You don't have to go online and download any clip art and start imaging together. All those things are just rubbish. They don't make sense. Okay, they will make you not to be more professional in what you do. So your customer should be able to read it immediately. Remember the points about first impression. Very important. First impression really counts. So logo terminology, very, very important. This place is very important. Let's pay attention to this place. So whenever you are making your designs for a client, you ask the client these questions. You ask the client about the logo terminology. What kind of logo do you need? Is it the logo mark? Is it the logo type? Is it the letter mark? So there are a lot of things. So let's just move ahead. So logo mark, also known as icon, brand mark, graphic symbol. So logo mark is simply the icons we are seeing on every brand. Every brand has its own icon. Why some people does not have icon? They just use their names. So every logo has their own icon. So that is what it's all about. Every brand has their own icon. Every big brand you are seeing there has an own icon. So that icon is not the name. Okay, so this is simply an identifying mark or symbol that does not contain the business name. So the name of the business is not here, it's just the icon. So the second one is logo type, also be known as word mark. Word mark, it's also known as word mark. So this is simply a logo that only features the working of the company name. So this part of the logo, there is no icon, it's just the name of the company. For example, is Amazon. So Amazon does not have any icon, it's just Amazon, the name of the company. So there are other companies that are like that too. They don't want any icon, they just want to use the name of the company to make their design for them. So that is it. So the third one is letter mark, also known as monogram, similar to logo type. Yeah, a letter mark only consists of letters and not words. Do you understand? It consists of letters and not words. So an example is when you see a particular design that has some, let me say MMC, MMC. Do you understand? So it's just like an acronym. MMC. So they now use that MMC to make a design. That make a design that has to do with MMC. So that is what a letter mark is all about. It's different from logo type. It's different from logo mark. Don't forget, logo mark is about the icon. Logo type is about the word, the name of the brand. Why letter mark is simply it's similar to logo type, but it's just like an acronym. Okay, where you have let me use an example. I don't know the example to use. Let me say you have a company. The name of your company is um um Ada Obi. Ada Obi. So instead of you using the full name to make design Ada Obi, you just use A and O. A and O, which is Ada Obi. So I hope you guys have understanding of this. So normally the initials of the person or company behind the logo. So number four is combination mark, where the logo type, letter mark, okay, can be combined to create an identity. So some has this in combination of the three of them, where the logo mark, the logo type, the letter mark can combine to create an identity. So when you've gone to a stage to start making designs like this, by then you have started making a brand identity. So when you start charging a client, you charge them based on the work you've done and based on experience, other people's experience. Okay, so can be combined to create an identity. So number five is emblem, also known as badge. Logo can consist of a logo mark. So there's something like that as well, but most times we are not, we don't use such things. It's maybe outside people, white people, Americans, and the cool that use such things. So what's the best way to research? Find out what's the best way to research for a logo. How do you start doing your research? How do you start making a process of getting your research? So let's continue. We are going to be stopping here, and then in our next video we'll continue with how do you start your research, because this one is like another thing altogether again, where you start your research from scratch until you build something great. So let's let's call it a day for now, and then the next video will continue with that. Okay, see you guys in the next class.